What's going on YouTube? Is your boy Jay, aka Marv, here with another Thursday Night Live. Hope everybody's doing well. Corona free is the way to be, because we all know at the end of the day that stuff is still going on. But yeah, excited about tonight, heading into the weekend like always. Some more Friday Night SmackDown, and let's get right into it since we're gonna talk about Friday Night SmackDown. The last Friday Night SmackDown delivered to the fullest. Everybody's expectations and everybody's hopes of AJ Lee showing up were true. We see AJ Lee after 10 years returning back to the square ring. And honestly speaking, as a fan of the product for years now, I have to say I was very happy myself to see that happen. WWE pulled it off, and the timing and the CM Punk and coming out, and the whole storyline with himself, Becky Lynch, and Seth Rollins, and of course we have AJ Lee comes out when Punk is like, everybody knows that I won't put my hands on a lady, but I got somebody that will. I ain't gonna lie. Part of me was like, what if it's not AJ Lee? What if it's Rhea Ripley? What if it's somebody else? But I'm excited and happy that WWE pulled it off and managed to bring AJ Lee back to WWE after 10 years and sign a multi-year contract. So obviously WWE has big plans for AJ Lee. So congratulations on AJ Lee returning back to WWE. And since we still are on the subject of AJ, we're gonna talk about now another AJ, which is AJ Styles. Recently, everybody's on social media, so I'm sure everybody knows where I'm going with this. Recently, AJ Styles' son posted how he's not happy with Triple H booking his father's, matches. And I have to say, I'm a big AJ Styles fan, and I have to agree with his son and with AJ Styles. Now, recently, AJ Styles did a promo where he claims somebody don't want me here in WWE. Because it could be your work. It could be them saying this to get the fans hyped, thinking there's actual beef between AJ Styles and Triple H, or the work. Like, let's take it down this way. Since your son posted that on social media, we're gonna make it seem there's something personal going on, and from there we'll go. You never know. Hold on, guys. Give me 1 minute. Close this. I'm back. There we go. I had something open in the background for some reason. I opened two at the same time, so mine was lagging a little bit here, so I had to make sure I closed that one out so we could continue to do this. Then we come back. There we go. Man, I gotta get me that Moxley. They got a new Moxley. There we go. I'll show you guys real quick. Let me show you guys real quick what I was just looking at. Where is that? Okay. No. This one right here. Gotta get me this figure. Blood and Guts, John Moxley. This figure. Bloody face. Love the fact that it has a jacket and a championship. Death Rider. 3 faces. 6 hands. I like it. I like it. Let's see what else Ringside has right now. Let's see if they have any sales. Well, now they got, oh yeah, out. Look at that, all out sale. So we'll look at this. We actually got some AEW figures tonight we're going to be unboxing also. So I'm match and I'm rival from series 5 and 6, 10 and 11, I believe. You guys know those series, and you guys know who I'm talking about. You guys pay attention to your figure. Damn, I gotta get me this figure. I keep saying I have to get me this figure. I don't get it. $10 for this Brody Lee figure. I love these figures too. ROH figure. I don't know why people don't really like these figures. And I'm not gonna say they don't really like these figures, because these figures, honestly speaking, Ring of Honor figures are pretty slick, especially from the vault. But this figure right here particularly, I have to get my hands on. I would like to get me 2, unbox 1, keep one in the box. Big figures, man. There you go, baby. Where he doesn't be pretty, so I take them off. Look at that, the 2 figures. 2 figures. I think I'm gonna get these. Not for sure, but well, you know, the price is pretty decent, so no complaint about the prices at all. For real, that's pretty much a gift. Let's see what else they have here. They got this Sting clown figure, $16.99. Timeless Tony Storm, 31. Not surprised. Jeff Jarrett, 25. Adam Copeland, 37. Hook, 22. I actually got this Hook figure. My son got me this figure. I got it somewhere up here. And I got this one. I actually got the Revolution figure. Pretty sick. Then I also got this figure, which is actually the same Revolution figure, but if you guys notice, I changed the face on it. Just kept the t-shirt, make it look more crazy. I got this one up here, another Bryan Danielson figure. Acknowledge me. But yeah, you know, excited about the week. Excited about the weekend. Tomorrow it's Friday Night SmackDown, but after Friday Night SmackDown, we got Worlds Collide, WWE and AAA. We have a couple of matches. I believe we got 6 matches, but so far I haven't been. The one that I seen, I did not see again when I went to the website to see if I see what's the matches for tomorrow. I do know that tomorrow we're gonna have definitely Vikingo versus Dominic Mysterio for the AAA Championship. So for the AAA Mega Championship. So I can't wait to see that match, because honestly speaking, I feel like Dominic is gonna take it. You know, I've been feeling like that since the whole rivalry with Vikingo started. I was like, you know, for some reason it's starting to feel like Dominic is actually gonna become the AAA Mega Champion, because the storyline behind it, you know, and I'm not taking nothing away from Vikingo. He's a great champion. He's a great performer in the ring. The stunts that he does in that ring, I don't recommend for anybody to do. And like I say, you know, like things like that is hard to come across. So to see him as champion and doing all these things to hold it down as champion, I give him props, you know, because at the end of the day, a lot of people be like, oh, but you know, wrestling is fake. You know, wrestling is pre-scripted. We all know as fans. But the stunts they do, and the bumps they take, you know, at the end of the day, flesh against steel or concrete for glass is never a good outcome. So, you gotta give these people respect, man. Like at the end of the day, they go out there and they put on a show, they put their bodies to the limit, no no fear of their bodies being hurt. They just go out there and do it. Water. But yeah, tomorrow night we got Dr. Wagner Jr. versus Dragon Lee versus Ethan Page versus JD McDonough. I'm going with Dr. Wagner Jr. on this one just because I feel like 3 WWE superstars against 1 AAA superstar, So I'm going with Dr. Wagner Jr. in that match. Number 2, I believe, is Natalia versus Fabi Apache. For some reason, I'm going with Natalia on this one just because it was miscommunication when they had a triple threat last time. And Fabi Apache took a shot on Natalia, so I feel like Natalia has something to prove. So I'm going with Natalia on this one. Then, of course, we have Lola Vice and Mr. Iguana versus Roxanne Paris and Finn Balor. I'm going with Mr. Iguana and Lola Vice on this one because Mr. Iguana is more of a fan favorite for now. Even though we had Finn Balor come out with the puppet as Demon, so that was pretty chill. But then when you see the price on WWE.com, WWEshop.com or shopWWE.com, it was $100 for a puppet. I was like, nah, bro, y'all bugging. Then we have LWO and Lince Diargo versus Mini Abismo and Negro. Honestly speaking, I'm going with Mini Abismo Negro because I believe last time these two went at it, I believe LWO and Lince got the win. Then I don't know if this one is actually gonna happen, but I seen Penta was gonna be there, and also El Gran Americano. So I wouldn't be surprised if they have a match, which it'll be awesome to see them in Worlds Collide, Penta versus Gran Americano, and Penta with the win, of course. But we never know because the way everything's been with the Gran Americano since Luciv Kaiser been behind the mask. Because yes, Luciv, we know it's you. Even though you talk perfect Spanish, brother, respect. I love the gimmick. Finally, WWE decided to give you something, even though has nothing to do with your culture, but the fact that you play so well in it. Congratulations on the way you're killing it because Chad Gable couldn't do shit. Sorry. But yeah, speedy recovery to Chad Gable. Get well soon, brother. Nothing against you, man. But yeah, if Penta and Gran Americano was to go at it, my money's on Penta. You never know. Gran Americano is becoming a fan favorite, and he might get the win. And then, of course, we got AAA Mega Championship, El Hijo de Vikingo versus Dominic Mysterio. And my money's on Big Dom, man. Dirty Dom, man. I say Dirty Dom, Dirty Dom. Talking about the man, My money's on Dirty Dom. My girl don't like Dirty Dom, but that's my guy right here. You know why? Because we both love chicken tenders. And, it's my dude, man. That's what I got to say. We both love chicken tenders, That's what I gotta say, man. That's why I like Dom. Okay, that's what I gotta say. Now I like Dom because at the end of the day, besides the chicken tenders, I think the fact that he loves chicken tenders as much as I do is awesome. But I like Dominic Mysterio. The fact that I have seen this kid grow up in the business. I'm 41 going on 42, and I seen Dominic growing up in the business from the whole Eddie and Ray thing going on with Dominic fighting for the custody of Dominic. I see him growing up, and to see him become a wrestler and then, thinking that he was going to be nothing against Ray, thinking that he was going to be as short as his father, and he's just way bigger than his father. I think Dom is like 6'3", around there, like 6'4". That's pretty amazing compared to Rey Mysterio. But even though Rey Mysterio, for his height, man, he's done amazing things. There's nothing against him. I'm a big Rey Mysterio fan. I have so many Rey Mysterio figures, it's not even funny. And I was actually talking about that 2 weeks ago, how I realized one day how many Rey Mysterio figures I have. And I realized it's because all the cool gear that Rey Mysterio wears. I've been a Rey Mysterio fan since he was in WCW, And it's like I say, man, that's my guy, Rey Mysterio. But yeah, my money's on Dirty Dom. Now, WWE ESPN WrestlePalooza. So far, the match is confirmed has been the Usos versus Braun, which is Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. Then we got Stephanie Valkyrie versus Io Sky. Brock Lesnar versus John Cena. Talking about Brock Lesnar, we seen what Brock Lesnar did on Friday Night SmackDown against John Cena. He picked up my man and just no hesitation, no F's given, just picked up John, slammed him, and was like, bro. I was like, that's crazy. Came out, no F's given, F5 right away. I walked away, close to the back, and he was like, yo, John, I see you at WrestlePalooza. Bitch. I was like, yo! I'm not even playing. And honestly speaking, I feel like Brock is going to win this match just because last time we seen Brock on TV against Cody Rhodes, he lost. So don't be surprised if Brock does win, and if he don't, it'll be awesome to see John Cena win at the end of the day because he is the one retiring. But yeah, man. Then I heard another thing that I heard was that Edge might actually be John Cena's last opponent. Don't know how true this is because Edge is in AEW, aka Adam Copeland. You know, I would love to see that. We also heard recently that RVD was actually gonna be in one of John Cena's retirement matches, but he broke his heels at the time. So I was like, damn, that sucks. I would have loved to see John Cena versus Kurt Angle. I ain't gonna lie. I would love to see, you know, John Cena versus who else? John Cena had a rivalry with. John Cena had a rivalry with a couple of people. JBL. That would have been awesome. John Cena versus JBL one more time. You know, that should be John Cena's last match. Because at the end of the day, John Cena did take the championship from JBL, and JBL was the one that gave John Cena Big Match John the name. That would be dope to see JBL versus John Cena for his last match. And you know, it's a little bit hard to say because to see all the wrestlers that retire and lose their last match kind of sucks. So I would like to see John Cena win his last match, you know. But yeah, that would be sick to see JBL, you know. But that would have been sick too if they would have had RVD, you know, versus John Cena. That would have been dope because we all know that RVD and John Cena had some sick matches when they were younger. I'll never forget WWE versus AEW when AEW had ECW when ECW tried to invade WWE. That was pretty sick. But yeah. Excuse me, folks. And we continue to talk about wrestling. We're also going to talk about the figures I'll be unboxing tonight. My favorite. I know I don't own the copyrights to that, but I do love it. Thank you, nerds and Willy Wonka. But yeah, first figure we're gonna be unboxing tonight is actually an AEW Match Series 5 from 2022. So this figure been in my collection now for about 3 years. 2022. So yeah, 3 years, and for some reason I was like, you know what? I've been wanting to unbox these figures for a while, and it's about what? Yeah. 5 figures from this wave that I'm unboxing. This one is actually the first, which is Series 5 Match Collection. And here we have Sammy Guevara. With the black prison suit. I remember when this match happened in AEW, I automatically thought to myself, I can't wait for these figures to drop because I like the whole gimmick they had going on, the prison suits, you know, and the Stampede match. I tried to open this like the Elite. It didn't work. So here we have Sammy Guevara out the box. Pretty dope. Series 5 Unmatched Collection. What's up, figuratively speaking? How you doing, man? Everything good? I haven't spoken to you in a while. Hope everything is well. Even though, you know, it's been a crazy week so far. Also, rest in peace to Charlie Kirky. That was crazy yesterday, man. Before, you know, not to get into politics or anything like that. But before they took the video down for social media, I actually seen it. Went on social media, and first thing I see is viewer discretion advised. Click on the video, and of course, if somebody, you know, Charlie Kirk can get him shot, and I was just like, that is crazy, man. Yeah, everything is good over here. Glad to hear. But yeah, first figure tonight, and welcome to the channel. Once again, haven't spoken to you in a while, but yes, we got Sammy Guevara, Harris County Corrections. First figure unboxed tonight. Yeah, man, let me tell you something. A lot of people say, oh, it's AI. A lot of people say there was nothing fake about that. As sad as it is, there was nothing fake about it. And if that was fake, then kudos to the son of a bitch that pulled it off, because it had me bugging. And it still got me tripping, because at the end of the day, to see somebody get shot, and I know this is off subject with what we do here in Marvelous Wrestling Collectibles, but it's just, you know, it tells you how much it affects people when you see things like that, because that was yesterday, you know? Yes, it is. AEW Sammy Guevara Series 5 Unmatched Collection. Gonna be unboxing 4 more of these from this wave. Well, not from this wave, but more like, you know, the dress code. So this is the first figure we're gonna be unboxing. There's the first figure we're unboxing that comes with a second head. Yeah, definitely. Life is definitely crazy. That's why you count your blessings every day, and you know, we all go through things. I'm going through things right now, and you don't see me like, you know. But you know, when you're down, you always gotta say to yourself, be grateful and be blessed with what you have, because at the end of the day, a lot of people don't have a house, a lot of people don't have food, a lot of people don't have a, you know, a family, you know. So it's like those little things matter. It's like, you know, you have to be humble in life. And me, I'm very humble, you know, like I've been doing YouTube now for a while, and I don't, you know, think I'm better than anybody. Yeah, it definitely is a great head sculpt. I love AEW figures too. I got a big AEW collection right here on the side. But you know, you gotta count your blessings, you know, and I'm just, you know, glad everything is, you know. I'm just still stuck on that yesterday. I'm just like, wow, I just can't believe that, you know, rest in peace to him, and to, you know, my condolences to his family. I'm trying to be positive about everything, but it's like, it's hard to be positive when it's like seeing things like that. But rest in peace to Charlie Kirkland, and you know, my condolences to his family, because that was crazy. But yeah, next figure we got here tonight is another AEW figure. It is another Unmatched series. Excuse me, Unmatched Collection, Series 6. This one is actually Series 6. Yeah, definitely, a lot of people. But yeah, here we have Series 6. And this one is actually, like I said, the first one was Series 5. But when you see the next one that I'm going to show you, you could tell it basically all belongs together. This is Series 6 Unmatched Collection, and here we have another AEW figure, and here we have Ortiz. As you can see, you see the black suit, jail, correctional facility, County Harris Correctional Facility, may I say. Open this bad boy up. But yeah, tomorrow we got SmackDown. I was excited about SmackDown, but yeah, last week with AJ Lee returning. That was pretty dope. I haven't collected anything but Superstars and Masters of WWE. That's awesome. Masters of WWE is awesome too. I had a couple of them. I think I still got them when they first started coming out. I got a couple of those figures, I believe, downstairs in my basement. I got to make sure. And we have another AEW figure out the box. This one comes with an extra chair, so that's pretty dope. Extra chair, another head. Excuse me. We have Ortiz at the box. Looking crazy as hell. This one says Ortiz, Rikers Island. I'm not even surprised. I'm from New York. I'm from New York City. Ortiz and Santana is from New York City. So the fact that it says Rikers Island, not even surprised. That's dope. So far we got Sammy Guevara and Ortiz. Ortiz out the box. The back says Rikers Island. Like I said, I'm not even surprised. I'm from New York City, so I already know what Rikers Island is. The worst jail in New York City. Well, I definitely want to stop, and I've got to help moderate a channel, but I definitely be back. If you're still, I'll definitely be on for like an hour, so I'll be on probably for like another 30 minutes. If you can't make it, it's cool. But I appreciate you stopping by. I appreciate the love. You too, man. Stay blessed. Appreciate you for real. But yeah, the next figure we got here is another Series 6 AEW Unmatched collection. And guess who it is? Santana. But yeah, like I said, I was talking about Brock Lesnar versus John Cena. I really hope John Cena wins that match, even though I feel like Brock is going to dominate and win. Because we already seen what he did. Brock is not the same friendly Brock when he fought Cody Rhodes. He's back at the Beast incarnate. And, you know, as long as they don't make him shave, because here again, bro, like, come on. That was younger Brock. This is the old school, you know, this is the grown ass man Brock. Like, he ain't trying to have all that baby face and all of that stuff. But yeah, like I said, I'm a big Brock Lesnar fan. I'm glad that he's back after all that controversy and all the problems that was involved with Vince McMahon. We got Santana. Santana out the box. Fire. Another figure. You can see Santana, Rikers Island, Fire. So far, we got Santana, Sammy Guevara, and Ortiz out the box. Santana comes with an extra head also. Love the fact that we're seeing Mike Santana on WWE, you know, and I believe he has a match coming up soon with Trick Williams for the TNA Championship, because we all know that Trick Williams is actually the champion right now for TNA, and you know, he's been doing his thing, so I'm not even gonna hate on Trick. But yeah, like we was talking about Brock and John for WrestlePalooza, and of course we got, and like I said, so far these are the matches that have been confirmed for WWE for WrestlePalooza. Which, like I said earlier, was the Usos and Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. Stephanie Valkyrie versus Io Sky. Brock Lesnar versus John Cena. Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins versus AJ Lee and CM Punk. So far, we heard that Cody will return at WrestlePalooza thanks to Triple H on that recent interview with Pat McAfee. But we don't know what else they got cooking. Triple H is being real secretive about what he's doing for WrestlePalooza. I don't blame him. He's trying to make sure that, you know, fans are happy. So far, I heard that they're trying to make this event like a WrestleMania or SummerSlam every year. So the event's gonna be big, you know. But in order to be big, they have to pull off something. They have to pull off something big. So my thing is, you know, who else they're gonna bring? Who else is gonna be there? Because we just recently heard from president of TKO, Mark Shapiro, that I honestly lost hope to go to WrestleMania. I'm gonna be completely honest with everybody here. I lost hope of going to WrestleMania because the tickets are getting so expensive that I regret not going to WrestleMania a couple of years ago when I had the opportunity to do it at MetLife Stadium, because these tickets now are so ridiculous. It's like, bro, how they expect me to, you know, pay for this? And it's like, you gotta be a drug dealer nowadays to go to wrestling shows. What the hell is this in this chair? But anyway. But yeah, you gotta be a drug dealer nowadays to go to the wrestling shows or a millionaire, because Mark Shapiro said today that these tickets are not gonna be going down. Well, not today, actually yesterday, something like that. These tickets are not gonna be going down no time soon. That Vince McMahon was actually making tickets family orientated, so that way everybody can be part of it. But they feel like WWE has so much talent, and they could definitely raise the prices more. And basically, like, WWE is not up to par with the money the UFC is making. But look at that, if UFC could do it, WWE could do it too. But like I said, I lost hope of going to a WrestleMania or ever going to a recent show, because the tickets are crazy, man. Like, I was just looking. What's up, brother? Another affiliate in the house? Yes, sir. I was actually looking recently tickets for John Cena and TD Garden in November, because I believe John Cena's gonna have his last match in December and TD Garden, but it's like a Saturday night main event. The tickets in the nosebleed section, $300, $400. What? Back in the days, maybe back in the days, like at least 10 years ago, man. Appreciate you, bro. Back in the days, it was like $90, $60 the most. Now, crazy. Triple the price. I'm like, and it sucks because my daughter, she loves wrestling just like me. And she wants to go to a wrestling event. She wants to meet Jey Uso. And I would love to take her to a wrestling event, but the prices are so ridiculous nowadays. It's getting expensive to be a wrestling fan. Like, look at WrestlePalooza coming up now on ESPN on the 20th, next Saturday. Now you have to pay $30 in order to watch WWE on ESPN. Don't get me wrong, you get Disney Plus, you get Hulu, but it's like, I don't really need all that shit. It's like, why can't I just pay $14.99 for ESPN alone and be able to watch the pay-per-view? Because the way it's making it seem is like, and I don't want to sound like a dumbass, I could be confusing it, but the way it's making it seem is like, if you don't get that membership, the $30 membership, you cannot watch the PLEs. And I'm like, well, let's see. Anyway, moving on. The next figure we're gonna be unboxing here tonight is a Series 10 Rival Collection. So far, we unboxed 3 figures from AEW here tonight. We're gonna keep it rolling. We got on Rival Series 10 Jake Hager. And if you guys been watching here since I started the live stream, you guys can see the pattern. They're all wearing the jail suits. And I'll show the other figures that I unboxed so far, which is Sammy Guevara, Santana, and Ortiz. All wearing jumpsuits. The main reason why I'm unboxing these is because I was a big fan of this match when it went down. Hey, like I was saying, man, the tickets nowadays just to go to a wrestling event is crazy. Out the box. Excuse the noise. Comes with 2 extra hands and an extra head. Whoa, 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 Jake. Calm the F down. Got Jake Hager. I like Jake Hager. Recently, his post on YouTube, he's like, not even on YouTube, I think it was also it was on Instagram also, when he goes, "Fuck Tony Khan." I was like, yo, Jake Hager, I can't with him. But yeah, Jake Hager at Reno prison. So far, we got Sammy Guevara, Harris County Correctional. We got Ortiz, Rikers Island. We got Santana, Rikers Island. And now for the final figure from this AEW wave here, because we got 3 more figures after that, which is Elites from WWE. But yeah, here we have another Unrivaled Collection, Series 11, Chris Jericho. Like I said, all the prison suits, all the jumpsuits coming out to breed tonight. They did the bid. all these figures are from, let me see. Oh yeah, 2022. 2022. So they did 3 years without coming out the box. We got Chris Jericho out the box. Comes with 2 extra hands. There's been a lot of talk about Chris Jericho recently. Speculations of Jericho heading back to WWE. Don't know how true it is. Honestly speaking, I would love to see Chris Jericho back at WWE. You know, for either the Royal Rumble. And we have this one that says in the back, Chris Jericho, Stony Mountain Penitentiary. Yeah, these are pretty sick. All jail jumpsuits. The original game back together. Because this game right here, man, they held it down against everybody in AEW. Once Chris Jericho broke this group up, it was like, come on, man. Holding the figures real quick. Yeah. Let's see what else we got. But yeah, like I said, TK is going to continue to increase WWE tickets prices. Like I said, Mark Shapiro, he was basically like, WWE is not where UFC is yet on ticket yields. Vince McMahon was primarily pricing tickets for families and wasn't totally focused on maxing the opportunities of basically the company. And you know, now you got WWE taking WrestleMania 43 to Saudi Arabia, so it's like, and that's gonna be in 2027, you know. So it's like I said, little by little, my hope of ever going to WrestleMania are just dying, because like I said, the tickets are getting crazy. And I do this on my YouTube channel just for the fun of it. If people recognize me or people, you know, follow me and show me love, hey, I love all that. I support all that. I love the support that everybody shows me. But I don't do this, you know, to like get something free out of anything. But man, always wanted to go to WrestleMania. I'm 41, going on 42. And every year, it seems like my WrestleMania dream is little by little dying. The prices are increasing to the point that is like ridiculous. Prices for nosebleed are now basically front row prices. And it's like, yeah. As much as I love WWE, as much as I love the product, and as much as I've been a fan for years, I have to say realistically, I'm never gonna get to go to a WrestleMania. And you know, as heartbroken as I am about it, because I am a big wrestling fan, I'm okay for now just watching it, because those prices are, yeah. It's like, you know, if I was a selfish person, I'd be like, hey, F my family, F my bills and my responsibilities, I'm going to WrestleMania. But I'm not like that. I'm not like that. He said you'll get there. Thank you, bro. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate the faith. But I'm gonna have to sell crack. I'm gonna have to be Tony Yayo. I reloaded. Carlitos way. Okay, I'm coming out. Because it's like, bro. Man. I would love to, like I said, man, I would love to go to WrestleMania. But the tickets, the way they're going up, it's like, and the job that I got right now, yeah. No, I'm losing faith. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm glad to have a job, but I'm thinking cutting hours. It's like, it's not only myself, but it's like everybody. Come on, man, we got families to take care of. But moving on. Excuse me, there we go. Next figure I'm going to be unboxing is actually Fan Takeover Ricky Steamboat 2020. This one's been in my collection for 5 years. Sick figure. I believe it has the Intercontinental Championship. Let's get to it. Bam, there's the background like always. To the side. And here we have Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. My mother loves Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Sick figure. The 2 extra hands. Let me see. Then of course, honestly, certain figures that I believe dropped today, which is the Ultimate Edition Uncle Howdy. You need to get me that, of course. Also the Ultimate Edition Eddie Guerrero. You gotta definitely get that. And Ultimate Edition Tiffany Stratton. If you all know, I'm a big Tiffany Stratton fan. My girl don't really like Tiffany Stratton. Me, I love Tiffany Stratton. You know, she's not just a pretty face that she can hold it down. She does her thing in the ring. And honestly speaking, every time she's in the ring, she doesn't disappoint. Doesn't matter who you are. You could be Charlotte Flair. You could be Nia Jax. You could be, you know, freaking whoever. She don't play. She don't care. Trish Stratus, you know, freaking Jay Cargill. Name them. She dropped them. Like, she don't play. I give it to Tiffany, man. She's been holding it down, and like I said, she's a well-deserved champion, especially that fast at her age. Very young too. Moving on, the next figure we're gonna be unboxing here tonight is an Elite Collection WWE figure, Series 100. And here we have Becky Lynch, the man. Becky Lynch. Can't wait for them to drop that AJ Lee figure. Really can't wait for that AJ Lee figure to drop already. Because we know WEB on it. Box. And here we have here we have the man, Becky Lynch. Take the jacket off. We got the women's championship because I believe at the time she was a champion. But yeah, here we got Becky. And the last figure we're gonna be unboxing here tonight. Another Elite Collection. And this is actually the figure that I was saving for the day that I ever met John Cena. But being the fact that I just recently got the Mattel's Ultimate Edition John Cena that just dropped recently, I said to myself, that's gonna be the figure that John Cena's gonna sign when I meet him. So we'll be unboxing this bad boy tonight. We have a Elite Collection Series 100. The Doctor of Thugonomics, John Cena. One of my favorite John Cena figures. I got this in my collection since 2022. Bought the whole way from Ringside Collectibles. I got Rey Mysterio. I got Andre the Giant. I got The Rock, Becky Lynch, as you've seen. Stunning Steve Austin. But yeah, with a pretty cool wave. I got the whole wave, no hesitation. And here we have John Cena. with his spinning championship and his thick ass dog chain. Because this dog chain is crazy. With his sneakers, 2 hands. But yeah, here we have it, baby. World Life. This is basic thugonomics. Spinning championship. We got it. You can't see me. 6 figure. Like I said, I've been wanting to unbox this figure now for a while. Glad I finally said to myself, you know what? Let's unbox him. We already got this figure that I said to myself, if John Cena, if I ever meet John Cena, I'll be the figure that he'll sign. So let's unbox this bad boy. Sick figure. Then we got the Becky Lynch, same wave. Sir. Of course, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. They're all champions for the WWE that I opened. For some reason, Becky Lynch's championship is giving me a hard time to strap it on her. So I'm trying my best here. But it's just being a freaking pain in the ass. Nope. I got it. I got it. There we go. Freaking pain in the butt. There we go. The most sick unboxings like always, man. I have to say, I appreciate everybody that tunes in and shows me love. But the community, the toy community, has fallen off, and I'm not afraid to say that. There's a lot of people that used to tune in, and it used to be more interacting than what it is now. And don't get me wrong, I get it. We all have our own things going on. But all I gotta say is I sure miss the old days where, you know, everybody will tune in and, people will take time out of their schedules to, you know. But like I said, man, the toy community is not the same anymore. When the pandemic was around, everybody was on YouTube. But ever since the pandemic, basically little by little, in society went back to, living their regular lives. Little by little, everything started, dying out. And also, what didn't help the situation was the fact that companies like Mattel, Walmart, you know, Target started raising prices on toys. We had figures that was $15.99 at one point, or $12.99 or $13.99, going to $16. Then before you know it was $22. Now you got some Ultimate Editions. It's like $35, $45, depending on where you get it from. Some of them is $60, depending on where you get it from. But like I say, things even that we love to do has gotten kind of crazy. That's the reason why I don't really collect as much as before. I do collect, but not as much as before, because at the end of the day, we gotta live in reality. We all got bills to pay, and if you don't pay your bills, you're gonna be homeless. And I ain't trying to be in the streets. But yeah, man, I appreciate everybody that tuned in tonight. I appreciate everybody show love. Don't forget to smash that like button if you love wrestling as much as I do, and you collect figures as much as I do. Smash that like button, share it on your platform. Let them know you got Marvelous Wrestling Collectibles. Your boy Jay, aka Marv, every Thursday nights at 9:30 p.m. Going live on YouTube, showing his collection, talking wrestling, shooting the shits, having a good time. If you got time, come check me out. If you don't, it's all good. Have yourself a good night, everybody. And like I always say here, collect what you love and stay marvelous. I'm gonna go smoke. Have a good night.